We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
We love the same music, believe it or not. Beautiful love songs, we love classic melodies.
It seemed to me that I was hearing a voice of God.
In terms of lyrical craftsmanship, sheer songwriting, this album hits a new peak of professionalism.
These stories are beautiful.
You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view.
Let me tell you what like a virgin's about.
Fuck you, man. If you don't like my fucking music, get your own fucking cab.
Entire song. It's a metaphor for big dicks.
Did you know that Whitney Houston's debut LP had 4 #1 singles on it?
Do you know that you're insane?
You can have 100 people in the room that are watching you and 99 don't believe in you and 1 does.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
You know, the message is only there for the people who are meant to find it.
Cool, like adventures, you gotta meet people and all this. It's sort of like an adventure, big adventure. It's fun.
Hello, Dominic Lewis. How are we doing?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm amazing. So, thanks to the quarantine, we are doing our first remote recording of the Andy O Show.
Yeah.
I was a little hesitant to do it at first, but now we're here and we've got it working, and we're gonna rock it. So we're gonna go. So let's do it.
I'm happy to be a part of this innovation. You know?
I'm glad that you are the first remote recording.
I am too.
How did we meet? First of all, I don't even remember how we met. Do you remember how we met? Has it been a year? I don't even know if it's been a year.
It has. So there's some mess around how we met. But I think we met because of Jules passing.
Oh, wow.
I think it was like Rocco's, like, because one of my friends, Daniel, had started talking to Albie, and like, so our groups were kind of like merging.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember like I first met you at Rocco's. And then we just had a friendship.
That's weird how like sometimes like something like someone passing away, like you meet them at a funeral or like whatever, and it can bring people together from that. It's like new life can spring from like past life, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I really judge like friends based on who they hang around with, and like Jules especially. Like, Jules is an amazing person, and so like anyone he was friends with, I'm absolutely willing to give a shot to, you know, like it's very much, I know he was a good judge of character, and yeah, some of my like Ryan, his boyfriend, is one of my closest friends, and yeah, I'm sure he will be years on.
Yeah, Ryan's good. Ryan's good people too.
Yeah.
So when did you even move to LA? I don't think you ever talked about when you moved to LA. Maybe you did because I forgot, because I'm like super forgetful, but like you're like, yeah, I know you're super forgetful.
We've talked about it, yeah. So round 6. No, so I grew up in Vegas, born and raised, and it's a big convention city. And so I found myself as a brand ambassador, which is like, when you're hot, like you could, no, but I'm just kidding.
Is that in your job description? Is you hot?
That's the first one. Yeah, it's like hot, second college degree. No, and so we were. I was brand ambassadoring for like LG and HP, and then I'm like very much a people person. I'll also like push boundaries. So like, I like befriended one of the girls I was working for, who worked for the agency that had hired us. And her and I are still best friends because she became a colleague, but we got really close, and she kind of brought me beyond that brand ambassador role.
Yeah.
And I became a PA. And so then every time they came to Vegas, I was their production assistant. And that was super helpful because I knew Vegas like the back of my hand, so they'd be like, oh no, I need this. And in events, like, your needs are literally so crazy. Like, things go wrong, things happen, you're a firefighter, essentially. And yeah, so I knew it like
it's fun though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like doing
it's
events?
Definitely like, I feel like it ages you very quickly.
Yeah.
Because of the hours and all of that. But yeah, super fun, and I really did enjoy it, and so I was able to excel because like I also knew Vegas and could really just be that answer for them, and my work ethic and stuff. And
wait, did you grow up? You didn't grow up in Vegas. Did you grow up in Vegas?
I did grow up in Vegas. I grew up on Nellis Air Force Base, to a single Air Force lady.
A single Air Force lady?
Yeah. I don't know why we're like a single mother.
Wait. What was the biggest event you ever did? I forget. I know you told me this.
Biggest event I've done in my career? Probably Coachella. Probably coordinating and planning entire sponsorship of the HP and Coachella sponsorship and partnership, along with like drone shows and just like little things like that.
I'm so bummed Coachella got canceled.
Well, it got postponed.
Well, is it ever going to be the same as the Coachella of the summer?
Here's the thing. So Coachella gets cold at night, and obviously like during the day it's hot. So I'm wearing this like cute but kind of skimpy outfit. We're wearing shorts that are definitely above the knee.
As they should
and
be.
then as the sun goes down, the wind in the desert picks up. It becomes absolutely freezing.
Okay, so you're saying you're going to wear Ugg boots.
Yeah, no, I'm for sure going to Eskimo chic this Coachella.
So no mesh, no
mesh. We're going to go
shorts.
Full parka. Yeah.
Do you think the set list is going to be the same? I don't know. I think a lot of artists are going to back out. I wasn't super impressed with the set list this year. Last year was iconic as fuck.
Yeah, so I've gone for work the past 3 years, and I've been super grateful for that, and literally the past 3 years have like killed. Just absolutely slayed. Gaga, who replaced Beyonce, then Beyonce, which is literally the definition of iconic, and
you had Ariana
Grande. Yeah, and Lizzo. I definitely watched Lizzo both weekends, which also a perk of going both weekends. A lot of artists do kind of switch it up, especially main stage like headliners. Like Ariana Grande's sets weekend 1 and weekend 2 were completely different. Her only guest weekend 2 was Justin Bieber. And weekend 1,
his new album is not that good.
I didn't even know it released an album, so good to know. I'll have to check it out. And yeah, like weekend 1, Ariana Grande had like Nicki Minaj and NSYNC, and she had like Boyz II Men or something. Like, yeah, she had like everyone and their mom. And then weekend 2. But also with that, you get to see the progression. Like, I would say that Ariana Grande wasn't ready weekend 1. Like, her breaks between numbers were like 6 minutes long. You're like, is this over? She's performed one song.
Why do you think that happens? Do you think she gets like nervous and shit like that?
No, that's for sure like technical difficulties on like the tech side of things.
Like imagine you go out on the stage and you can't hear yourself, like your monitor's not working or something like that, and you just have to like run with it in front of millions
of course. I mean,
people.
that's like also a lot of artists like you, especially like people that have had like multiple generations, like regarding like albums and releases, like you have so much discography that like like Tori Kelly is known for like not knowing her lyrics. Like she always flubs on her lyrics, and like
if you have like
you're put on the spot 40 just songs. Like that, and like I totally get it, like that Ariana Grande Nicki Minaj moment.
I can't even remember the lyrics to Doja Cat's new song Boss Bitch or whatever, and I literally had the lyrics right in front of me and I can't even remember them.
But no, I'm sure it is troublesome for them, but like I watched the compilations of like Ariana Grande's tour, like where she like messes up, where like she'll be dancing and like throw the mic and like she'll be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry you guys, like, or like her mic pack will fall out, or like her necklace will get caught on her jacket. Like you deal with these things, like it's show business, so like the show must go on. But yeah, it definitely makes things interesting sometimes.
Yeah, you just got to roll with the punches and make it work. I mean, like a lot of, I feel like live performances now really take a toll on artists. Like it beats your body up. Like it's hard on you.
Yeah.
Like it's really
especially
stressful.
Depending on like frequency of shows, and like smaller artists usually like take a tour bus and they're on the tour bus the entire time. Larger artists usually are flying around. They're not taking a tour bus. Like Ariana Grande is not riding around on a tour bus anymore, but when she started, she might have been. Like a Betty Who or someone is on a tour bus riding around, and that, like, think about it. Like, we're in isolation right now. Like, think about that. Like, confinement on a bus. Like, I'm sure these are not school buses. Like, these are definitely kind of luxe buses, but still, like, I would go crazy.
A lot of artists are hurting right now because their sole income was from touring, and they can't tour. Yeah. So it's like, what are they gonna do? You know, like, that's rough. And I know, like, there were a lot of artists that were gonna start out, like, this was their breakout year. They had a bunch of performances lined up, like, and now all that shit was canceled, and so they've just, like, it's rough. It's tough, man. But
yeah, I mean, if only streaming made more than like 4,000th of a penny or whatever. But yeah, no, absolutely. Like, touring is so important. But it's been cool to see like a lot of these artists like Instagram living. So like Tori Kelly, who I'm obsessed with, has been like on this like marathon of Instagram living, and so she, of course, is a very well-respected vocalist, and she's friends with a lot of other very well-respected vocalists. Emphasis on vocalists, so like not Halsey and stuff. But like,
oh my God, get out! I cannot with your fucking Halsey. What did you want to show me? You wanted to show me something by Tori Kelly, right? You want to show me her? Oh, she did. You wanted to show me her Instagram live, right?
Yeah. So it was just I sent Andy a link. So there's like multiple parts to why I sent that. Number one, I think it's really cool that these artists are kind of collaborating with people that they wouldn't, like, whether the record label wouldn't allow it or whatever, like, they're collaborating with these people via Instagram Live. So like Tori Kelly went live with JoJo, which is like in every comment of every video of either of theirs, it's like Tori Kelly, JoJo, Jessie J of this generation are like our vocalists, you know? And that was literally like, people were going insane. Like, I lost my shit when I got that notification that said Tori Kelly is going live with I Am JoJo. And I was like, and then following that, she went live with Jessie J, and I also lost my shit. So it's like, these people, everyone's confined, and these opportunities are kind of arising. And hopefully this is sparking conversation, and hopefully I'll see a Tori Kelly or Jessie J album with a collab. Maybe the new Bang Bang will be Tori Kelly, Jessie J, JoJo. Who knows?
I hope so, because that's one of my favorite songs. I want to play it, and then we can talk about it some more. So I'm going to play Tori Kelly's Holy Sunday Instagram Live. Let's do it.
More than with my words or with a song. No, it's not been easy to live life down on my knees, but with faith I know I'll carry on. There is more to see than with my eyes, but fear sometimes can leave me paralyzed. I realize that I'm not in control, yet it is well with my soul. Enemies against me, arrows all around me. Never knew the fight would last so long. In seasons of depression, I plead for your protection. Make me right, I'm tired of being wrong. Every time there's hope, it seems to die, and the voices all around me feed that lie. Every time, everything I see tells me to let go. Yet it is well with my soul. It is well
Okay, that was beautiful.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Okay, I give that Halsey hate. I think Halsey releases good boppable music, but what I enjoy is vocalists, and I always enjoy vocalists. Like there are people that love beats, there are people that love lyrics. I love vocalists, like I love vocals. And I don't think you always need to be doing, like, she was very much in her moment and stuff, and also that was religious, which I am not religious, but I do oftentimes listen to religious music because of the fact that these people are singing down. Like, they are singing.
Yeah.
Because they get into it and they're singing for what they believe in, all of that. So I oftentimes, not being religious at all, believe me, if I walked into a church, flames. But
a giant,
an explosion. But
no, she was feeling it. That was soulful.
They get lost in it, and that is when like the artistry really comes out. So like just breaking down that, like her dynamics, her agility, her tone is out of this world. She flubbed on lyrics, which is really funny that we would literally mention that and she flubbed on the lyrics. But I've like
it's all right.
That's just of course.
The lyric doesn't matter because I felt something, even though she flubbed the lyrics. You know?
Yeah.
Like, okay, I agree with you. I see what you're saying. Like, there's a difference between like a lyricist and somebody that can write a pop song and someone that can like go out and destroy. And like, I think nowadays with technology, like anybody can sound good, right? Like, you don't have to have a good voice to produce like a Billboard chart record, right? Whereas like before, you had to be like an Aretha Franklin, a Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey or whatever. You had to have really powerful vocals. But like, don't you also think that, you know, there's different strokes for different folks? Like,
of course.
Like Mariah Carey and Britney Spears, right? Like, they were big, are like roughly the same time period. Britney Spears, like, iconic, right? Not the most amazing voice, right? Mariah Carey.
That is an understatement, but yes.
Right, okay, well, I'm trying to be generous, but, you know. Mariah Carey, one of the best voices of all time, right?
Of course.
So,
part of the vocal trinity, of course,
right, we can appreciate both of those things, right? So, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I listen to a very wide variety. I listen to vocalists because I love that, and so like I do oftentimes, like, I have Spotify, but I have YouTube Premium so that I can create playlists, download them, and play them as if they were a streaming service.
Yeah.
Because I like listening to live musicians because that's the true test. There are some of these girls, and that's the thing, they're not claiming to be that, you know? Right. Some of these pop girls could not do what this girl just did. No. You know what I mean? Mm-mm. They wouldn't dare hit that go live button. Like, well,
she just recorded that with her headphones,
she has these good old headphones in. Like, she's just chilling.
She's just chilling. Yeah. Like, you don't need a ton of shit to make something good. Like, if you just focus on the content and what you're creating and you just do it, like, I think sometimes we get distracted by, I have to have this microphone and this speaker system and this lighting setup and this, like, whatever. Like, or, So.
I mean, that's where, like, talent, I guess, does kind of shine through in situations like that. Because, like, that's, like, when I lived back in LA, like, because I've moved, my favorite thing was to go to, like, Hotel Cafe. And when I first moved to LA, the first time, I was 19 years old, and I had the, like, singer of the W at the jazz night at the W Hollywood. She would walk me in because I was underage, but she knew that I appreciated the music, and she knew that I, like, just, like, I had, like, this admiration for it. Her name's Nikki Leonti. She used to run the, or she used to run it. She's like the bouncer, the general manager. She was the lead singer of this jazz night at the W Hollywood. And she would walk me in until, like, security got to know who I was, and then they would be like, okay. Because I was 19.
Oh, there's the bitch Dominic. There he is.
Hey. I know you. I see the flask. You're good. But, and so, like, that was when I first moved to LA. I was 19 years old. I moved there after graduating
What's
from
that like
school.
when you first moved there to LA?
It was, here's the thing. I'm an extrovert, so I can talk to anyone that I know, literally no fear at all. Like, it can be an awkward situation. Those I thrive in because I don't create it, although I can kind of add to it sometimes for fun. Like,
I think you do sometimes.
Yeah. So it was interesting. So a lot of my high school, colleagues, classmates and stuff, they were going for like modeling, or because I went to performing arts high school, so they're going for like trying to be dancers, video vixens, who knows, and do comedy and stuff. And I mean, I'm funny, we all know, but I moved there not having any intention of doing anything. I was working at Starbucks when I was in high school, so I just transferred out there.
So you started out working at Starbucks when you first moved to LA, right?
Yeah, my first job was Starbucks. So when I moved I was working here for, 3 years, for my sophomore year. And by the time I moved there, I was an assistant store manager.
Look at you go, working your way up. That's awesome.
That's been my life, and I moved there.
Okay, well, real quick, this is something that I witnessed personally, and I witnessed a lot of people go through this too. There's this like honeymoon phase when you go to LA for the first time, when you move there for the first time. You're all wide-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah.
And there's just, at some point, everybody goes through this where they become, I don't know, kind of jaded, or at the worst end of the spectrum, they become maybe like cynical or something. When do you think that happened for you? Like,
I don't think I was cynical leaving. So the reason I left LA the first time was because of a bad breakup. Because of the experience at W Jazz Night, I was welcomed into a friend group that is now doing some really great things. So like, this friend group consisted of like Vincent, who I know you've talked about prior, like
love Vincent,
Matt Bloyd, Aaron Encinas, Luke Edgemon. Like, these were all singers that they're kind of like a part of this singing group. Like, if you're in LA, you kind of like, who at least one of them are. They sing like at Hotel Cafe and things like that. They're releasing their own music. They're doing their own thing. But like, they all kind of not got their start, but they at a moment in time sang background vocals at the Jazz Night. The Jazz Night was a place to be. Prince would pop up. I've witnessed Prince pop up and play guitar.
Really?
Stevie Wonder, Jessie J, which, what a millennial, I freaked the fuck out over Jessie J compared to the other two.
I would have lost my mind. That must have been awesome.
Yeah, super cool. Like, that Jazz Night used to be the place to be. Like, when I think it was Kylie Jenner, Kendall, and like the Jonas Brothers were like, there was like a rumor that they were dating. They were both there, and they were like sitting and on couches that were like separate. Like, it was very much that thing. Like, I'm quoted in like an E! Magazine for saying that Audrina Patridge was with Ryan Cabrera. Like, I tweeted about it leaving the fucking place, and someone from E! News like DM'd me on Twitter and was like, hey, can we use your story? We don't have to use your name. And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, they were there. They were all cuddled up. So I'm messy. Message of, moral of the story. But that Jazz Night was kind of what provided me home and family. So I moved there. Like, family life hasn't always been great or whatever. And I moved there with I didn't have a focus, so my time wasn't consumed.
Yeah.
But I've always had a love for music. And so I was able to go there. So it happened every Sunday night. And what I would do is I would get off work at Starbucks early. So, like, because I made the schedule, I was the assistant store manager. So I would get off work early. I would go to some shop and purchase I'm like crazy about patterns. We love a statement. I would buy like a new button-down short sleeve patterned shirt for Jazz Night. And that was my thing. Like, I would turn these little looks.
I love that.
But I would also get my life, but also I was so welcome. So like, when I first went in there, they were like, number one, who's this child? Because the way the W Hollywood is set up is there's this like winding staircase that's super grand. And to the like little side of things, there's this little area that you can perfectly watch. And that was like the artist area. So she would walk me over there, have a seat reserved for me and sit me down, and then go to prep for the show. And so people were like, who the like, she's walking him in, number one. But number two, he doesn't, none of us know him. Who is this person? And sometimes there'd be like young performers that were underage but would come in to perform. Yeah. And I wasn't that. So I'm sure like weekend one, they're like, okay, like maybe he'll perform. I don't get up, and they're like, wait a second.
Like, who is this bitch coming in here? Like, what? Yeah.
Yeah. And so finally, like, some of them, like, started talking to me. And obviously, I'm an extrovert. So, yeah, I would make comments and stuff. And just that experience, I think, was, like, super pivotal. And I had already loved music, but it was really, like, that music provided, like, a home for me.
A really close family, community sort of thing. It's hard because, like when you're gay and stuff, a lot of the times, for a lot of gay people, their families aren't really there in the way like normal families are, and so we have to sort of create our own families. We have to find our own community, which is tough, but I think is also kind of cool because we get to pick, you know. So
it's tough. There are days that I'm like, oh, I wish I had a relationship with my mom, but then I'm like, I got to pick. Like I got first choice at who I decided was who were my friends and family, and
you're like, I got to pick Nikki, like
exactly, yeah. Well, she chose me, so I was responding to like her Instagram posts, like, oh, okay. This was way before stories. This is like when we had like 6 filters. You know?
My god!
And I had just loved her singing. I had found her through Shoshana Bean, who I'm sure we'll get to in this podcast.
Oh, I love Shoshana Bean.
But she had responded because I was like, oh, because I worked at the Starbucks that's connected to the W Hollywood. So I was like, come in before the show. Like, I'll hook you up with a drink, whatever. Like, I'm such a big fan. So I was like on my lunch one shift, and they're like, some lady's here to talk to you. I'm like, who the like, I don't know anyone here in LA. Who is here to talk to me? So that was like customer complaining. And I walked out, and my jaw like on the floor. Like, clean up on aisle 10, like jaw on the floor, freaking out. And she's like, hey, like, and I was like, I'm 19, I can't go. Because she was like, yeah. She's like, oh my God, come to the show. And I was like, I'm 19, I can't go. And she was like, okay, well, still come, I'll walk you in. And I was like, and so I like called my store manager because like I was running the shift, and she's like, yeah, go. Like, the shift can lock up, blah, blah, blah. Right. And so I run, get my shirt, go. And yeah, that was the start of like a lot of connections and friends that I have like to this day. And like, I'm super grateful. There's also songs that she would perform on a weekly basis that like that song Happy by Pharrell, everyone fucking hates because it was so overplayed. But she would perform that song almost weekly, but because of like the emotional connection, it doesn't get old to me.
Right.
I could listen to that song on repeat. I've never watched a Minions movie, and I could, like, it's fine because I have that connection.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Like, it's weird because like you probably never would have thought that you would be in that place if you went back like 10 years.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
It just sort of happened like naturally. Like, you put some work in, but like it just happened, right?
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. Like, and I think that's important for people to remember, like right now with everything that's going on, like it's not always easy you can't always plot the dots going forward or know the path going forward. Yeah. But when you look back, you can see, oh, like this led to this, which led to this, which led to this.
Yeah.
And you just sort of have to like trust in whatever is going to happen and just do your best and know that it's all going to work out.
Yeah. I mean, that's where like when it comes to relationships, I feel like a lot of people look at like, oh, they've got baggage. But like that baggage is your history. That baggage is your experience. That baggage is what formed you into the person you are.
Well, okay, look, this is the thing. Like, everybody has baggage, but people get turned off and scared off by baggage as soon, like, there's this phase what happens when you get in a relationship where you're like first getting to know someone, and it's like that wall comes, like you see behind the veil for the first time, like you see behind the mask or the wall that everybody puts up to like fit into society. Yeah. And it's like once a lot of people, what happens is when they see behind that veil the first time, they like they get scared off like instantly, like they run away instantly. It's like, okay, when you go through hardship, when you go through struggle, it builds your character. Like, it makes you a better person, and it gives you perspective, you know? Like, if you like got kicked out of your house because you were gay when you were growing up and your family didn't accept you and they hated you, and you had to start couch surfing for a little bit, and then you started at a job at McDonald's or Starbucks or like whatever you had to do to pay the bills, like somebody texting, like somebody who's on their phone and texting like when they're first talking to you for like 1 minute or like 5 seconds is not a big deal, right? Because like in the big grand scheme of things, like it's not too good of an analogy what I'm trying to say, but like it makes, like, I can tell when somebody hasn't been through a lot when they make a big deal out of really small and like petty things.
Yeah.
You know?
Because I mean, all of those things like lead up to almost like an understanding and like, I guess, a level of like gratitude. Because like, you learn, I don't know, that's where like, I guess kind of like awareness comes in, is like, you learn that your situation's not the worst. Right. And that sometimes in the moment it does seem like it, but like, be grateful. Like there was some light shining on the situation, even though it may not have seemed like it, whatever, like it's all a learning experience, I guess. And yeah, I pride myself on my baggage. I have baggage. Yeah, I do. But I also am fucking awesome, and that baggage has created me
that
to
awesomeness.
Be,
it has created the awesomeness.
And I fly first class so I can check through that.
No, people that haven't been through shit are usually there's not much below the surface. So there's
problem we hate to face, but we face, you know.
Okay, so I want to play one of these Shoshana Bean songs that you sent me. I really fell in love with her after you showed me her live performance when we went that one time. That was really beautiful.
Yeah, so I brought Andy on a friendship. We hung out. We went to a concert. And it was me, which was also like a point of vulnerability, because Shoshana Bean, of all artists, like, is no exaggeration my favorite artist. Like, I would place her above literally anyone that I have heard. I think, and I am very, very black and white about these things. Like I love Ariana Grande. She's not one of the greatest vocalists of our generation. I do think that Shoshana Bean is one of the greatest vocalists of our generation.
The Ari fans are going to come for you.
Gets it. Well, Shoshana Bean is, I think, like Ari's godmother or something like that.
Really?
And they have like videos of them. Yeah, they have videos of them singing Jason and Robert Brown together, because they're like both really close to them.
Oh wow!
And apparently also really close, if that's true, that they're that's her godmother.
Yeah.
But yeah. I fell in love with Shoshana Bean when I was in high school. She was Alphabet after Idina Menzel, so she was the second Alphabet. She was then also in Hairspray and Godspell.
I love Wicked.
And
Wicked is really good.
Just a vocalist. What she was known for was she has a very jazzy kind of voice and can riff the house down boots.
Well, I could feel her soul in every single song that she performed. Like, it was palpable in the room. So...
Sorry, my bartender just went.
Oh my god, you have a bartender? I'm jealous. Okay.
Oh, that's really good.
We're gonna play a drinking game later. I have a drinking game.
I can't wait.
Okay.
Okay. Like an alcoholic. Oh my god.
I miss my Friday or Saturday nights going out. I really miss them.
I think we all miss them. No, but yeah, I mean, especially you and I, we're very much extroverts. We're very much people pleasers.
This is extroverts' like worst nightmare. Like being stuck by yourself in your house all day. It's your worst nightmare.
I mean, I have friends that are introverts that are like still losing it. So
yeah. So if the introverts are losing it, you know that's bad.
Realize we're struggling.
Like, oh my god, can you imagine what it's going to be like when the quarantine ends? There's just going to be like...
I'm going to black out of one. Number 2, who knows where I'll wake up. It's going to be no holds barred. Like, we're going crazy.
Everyone is so desperate for human contact that it's going to be like the Roaring 20s. I swear to God.
I'm so desperate for human contact. I go to the grocery store and I will hold eye contact with people. Just be like,
oh my God, that felt so good.
We went to Albertsons to get some booze for this occasion, and the lady had to yell at me because I was too close to this lady, and I was like, I just want to feel her presence. Sorry, COVID-19 or not. It was just very.
These are strange
We're
times.
realizing things that were dependent upon interaction. So Shoshana Bean, she's phenomenal. Let's hear it out.
Should we play a song? Should we play a song by her?
Yeah.
Which one should we play? Should we play Never Loved a Man? Should we play
I sent him 3 videos, believe me.
All to Me?
So 3 was a fraction, number 1.
She Used to Be Mine.
So let me discuss them really quickly.
Okay.
So her Ain't Never Loved a Man with Amber Riley. So Amber Riley is from Glee. Also a phenomenal vocalist. Shoshana Bean did her tour, and her most recent album was an 18-piece big band, which I love because it's so different. It's her really it's not her sticking to status quo. It's her leaning into what she's good at, and what she's good at is she's a fucking amazing vocalist, and she emotes literally every fucking note that she sings. So that video is them just going at it. It's a really fun battle. They do a lot of cannons and back and forths of matching riffs and stuff like that.
I want to hear that one. Let's do the battle one, the Ultimate with Avery.
We're not done. Avery, that's
Avery.
Amber.
Okay.
Avery is a beast. Avery Wilson, so I'm speaking about. Avery Wilson is a literal alien. I don't know. There's a computer inside of his vocal box. The precision, the speed, the agility, all of it. His voice is the most agile voice I've ever heard. The control is out of this world. That video is sick, but it is a lot. I feel we just played Tori Kelly, which is also very vocally a lot.
That was heavy.
She comes from theater. She went to CCM, Shoshana Bean. She was on Broadway, like I said, in Wicked and Godspell and Hairspray, and then had a huge lapse where she was pursuing her own careers and dreams. Sarah Bareilles approached her to take on the role of Jenna in Waitress, which is one of my favorite musicals. And she finally went back to Broadway, and we all lost our minds. But we all lost our minds also because that role is a very emotional role. That role is the Jenna needs to be invested. And if there's one thing Shoshana will be, it's invested in what she is singing.
Yeah.
She doesn't sing things disconnected. There's a lot of these new singers that they're great vocalists, but they're just not connected. You can do all the riffs and runs. I love a good riff. I love a good run.
No, you can feel agility. When an artist is singing from their soul, you can feel it. Even if you're not watching them, even if you just hear the music, you can feel it in the music. It's there. It's something human. You can't quantify it.
Yeah, and so Jenna was that role. It was really the perfect role for her to come back in. So the video I sent Andy is her in Bryant Park. So Bryant Park hosts, it's I think it's Broadway and Bryant Park. I'm not sure what the actual thing is called, but the Broadway shows that are currently performing on Broadway will perform a couple numbers from their show, and people can attend. And in the video, you see behind the stage, people just walking by on their regular New York life. Nothing new, just some Broadway singers absolutely slaying
What's
it.
the name of the video? In case
it's
somebody wants to search it? Is it the
She Used to Be Mine? It's
She Used to Be Mine. Okay.
Yeah, it's Shoshana Bean singing She Used to Be Mine in Bryant Park.
Let's play that. I want to play that right now.
Skip to maybe middle-ish. Yeah. So we can hear some of the build and then go into the depth of it, the emotion.
It's not simple to say. Just
Already I'm enticed.
Through a back door and carves out a person, makes you believe it's all true. And I got you, and you're not what I asked for. If I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for the chance to start over and rewrite an ending or two. For that girl that I know was reckless, just enough. Who gets hurt, but who learns how to toughen up when she's bruised and gets used by a man who can't love. And then she'll get stuck and be scared of the life that's inside her, growing stronger each day till it finally reminds her to fight just a little to bring back the fire in her eyes that's been gone, but it used to be she's messy, but she's kind. She is lonely most of the time. She's all of this mixed up and baked in a beautiful pie. She is gone, but she used to be
Damn.
I literally always cry. I didn't cry this time, but
No, I
cry.
almost saw it. You almost did. I almost saw you cry. I was like, damn.
So the story, obviously, because this is taken out of context, even though I feel like we all still felt it, is Jenna is a waitress at a pie shop. So that's where a lot of these pie double entendres were coming from. But she got pregnant via rape by her husband. So heavy, very heavy material. But
yeah, that's real.
She didn't love him and he was abusive. And what she was trying to do was save money. So she would secretly hide money in her, like in the cushions of their couch. And so that she could enter this pie competition, win a bunch of money, and escape and have a better life for her and her daughter via rape. Like she became pregnant. Yeah. And he finds the money. And then, so the beginning of that song is spoken and she's basically like, she's speaking to her child about how not gonna happen. It's such a good musical. Did
you almost do spoilers?
I just almost literally started sobbing. I just almost started crying. It's okay. Basically about right. She's talking to her child about how that opportunity is gone. Okay. And so she's gonna have to like live like this further. Right.
That's heavy.
Yeah, so I saw her on Broadway 3 times in that role. I love Shoshana Bean. I see her, and I've been obsessed with her since high school. Luckily, I am now like an acquaintance with. Like, I have her number. She has my number. We definitely like text every now and then. Right. I have a tattoo of her 30p on my arm.
Right. It's a great tattoo.
But she is such a pillar of strength, and it's gotten me through so much.
Yeah.
But
music is like that. The certain artists, they sort of resonate with you. It's like they reach behind that mask that you show the world and they just know you, they get you, they can feel you, and they can help you express emotions that you don't even have the words to express.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's who they are. And they'll be that way forever.
Yeah.
So
there are definitely songs that covers or her own songs that she sung, and now she knows which songs are like my triggers. So if she's aware that I'm in the audience, sometimes that will be added to the playlist, and then I'll be sobbing in the audience. But
I remember when you and I went to see her, and I saw when she looked to you in the audience, and she like did like a little like head nod to you. So I remember that.
Yeah, there are definitely those songs. But
I kind of wonder whenever like an artist whenever they perform and they put that much of their soul into the performance, like Shoshana Bean does. A lot of artists have to do this, but like for her, for example, I wonder if they ever like, if it's hard to do that, you know, like if once the well has run dry, so to speak, like it must be really exhausting. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure it's taxing. So like, I'm sure each artist has songs that they've written that have like emotional value. So like Shoshana Bean has had an interesting life. So when she was on Broadway, she had a boyfriend that was killed in a car accident, like super abruptly. And she wrote a song called 116th Street. And the song is so emotional. And it's about how she's basically singing about how their apartment and like what they used to do around that apartment is not the same anymore.
Yeah.
And it's very much like every time she would sing it after she released it, she would always break down.
Mm.
And so she sings that song very choosing, like she's very
it's sacred.
Exactly. It's not a song she's just gonna like with Cynthia Erivo, who's another Broadway star. Like The Color Purple, she won a Tony. She sang, the song from the song from that musical. But she said like people would try to hire her for like conferences and stuff like that to sing that song, but it was so emotionally taxing because she would, especially when you're acting, like she would connect with this character Celie, and it would be like going through what this is. And if anyone's familiar with Color Purple, it is a taxing journey, and to be able to like really like go back into that multiple times, like it's why
don't you work on Broadway? Why don't you work in Broadway for?
Because it's not lucrative.
Oh my god!
Believe I live vicariously through my friends. So I have many friends that are in music, and I have a lot of friends that are like on Broadway and stuff. But I live just vicariously.
You would do such a good job in that industry, though. You would do such a good job.
I used to sing opera, but I don't.
Where is the Spotify? Give us the Spotify. Give us the Spotify.
But that's the thing. Like that's why I also like love vocals, because I understand vocals. So like that's the thing. Like someone can listen to like what we played Tori Kelly or what we just played for Shoshana Bean, and there's layers to it. And there are certain layers that are very scratching the surface.
So, Mariah or Whitney right now? Make a decision.
Whitney.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Why?
Easy peasy.
Why?
It's weird. So I have friends, and I feel like everyone is like, I don't know, like Whitney stans, like the Lamely, Mariah's fan base, the Lambs, are buck wild crazy. They will show up to your house if you tweet bad about her and kill you.
That is true.
That's the thing. I think she is a great singer. I'm not gonna say was. I think she is a great singer. I can hear that. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let's really break this down. She used to sing. She used to, I don't want to say oversing, but each of her songs was like, girl, this is a gymnastics routine. Like, she was so talented, she would go, 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 go. And, like, one of our friends, Blake, he probably has a shrine in his closet. And he lives by her. So he shows me videos and we'll play songs, like we'll trade off or whatever. And he played a song that was on, like, one of her holiday albums. And like halfway through, I'm like, she's still going? Like, this is tiring. Like, she's all these tricks and acrobatics. And she was singing at like 110%. And that will doing that consistently do damage, and it's just something that will happen, you know?
Right.
And I think that damage came from that. She was just, like, she's not a bad singer. She's a great singer. And I think certain aspects are coming. She just did that live on, I think, iHeartRadio, and that whistle tone was there.
Right.
Undeniably, the whistle tone was there.
Was she the first one to do the whistle tone?
No.
Minnie
Riperton. I don't think Minnie Riperton was the first one, but Minnie Riperton has
like
that
pop,
song.
like mainstream pop, like not Broadway or opera or anything.
Minnie Riperton was, I think it's like R&B disco. But there's that song that I cannot name off the top of my head, but it's like a very famous whistle tone that people will try to imitate. But Mariah Carey whistle tones, and so does Shoshana Bean, and that is where I also fell in love with her. Shoshana Bean has a sick whistle tone. It has kind of gone with the times, which they usually do. It is very taxing on your vocal cords, but sick.
I love the performance of. I'm Whitney all the way. I'm Whitney. I'm in love with Whitney. Like it's like one of the. I feel like Whitney is my Shoshana for you. Like I feel like there's a soul bond between her and I. So like, she just gets me in a lot of ways. So I love the performance with her and Mariah Carey where they do When You Believe that, and there's that live performance.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful. And I can't imagine
I think it was at the Grammys, yeah.
Academy Awards. And then it was for The Prince of Egypt. But like, I can't imagine being like, that's only because I have it in front of me, by the way. Otherwise, I would not be able to remember because I have a terrible memory.
The VMAs. But for the Grammys.
Anyway, I can't imagine what it was like being Mariah Carey getting to perform with Whitney Houston. Like,
oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Like, out of this world.
Yeah.
Like, truly, that experience is insane. And, like, funny enough, that's what, so when JoJo was on Tori Kelly's live stream, they sang that song.
Did they really?
Yeah, they did. And it was definitely difficult because you can't, there's like a delay when you're on live stream. And so they just had to sing it very separately. There was no harmonizations or something of that.
Wow.
But what was interesting is like, so like Tori Kelly has a lighter voice, I would say. So she should have taken Mariah Carey's part, but they swapped it. And it was just great. I don't know, just showed versatility. It was also great. And I also love when artists can like make songs their own.
Right.
And yeah, if you can cover a song by Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston, I think you're set in my vocal book. Yeah, you're good.
Chops.
You're good. Yeah.
You're in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to play the drinking game. Okay, are you ready what it is? Okay. So this is how it's going to start off. Okay. So I'm going to play a song.
Okay.
And you have to guess the artist of the song that I'm going to play.
Okay.
And if you get it right, I have to take a shot. And if you get it wrong, you have to take a shot.
Okay, well that is so great because I have this little bottle of Casamigos right here.
God. She came prepared. Okay.
But I am a bitch and I do have chaser as well.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm actually scared because who knows how like crazy you get. Okay.
Okay, I'll give you 2 hints.
Okay. Ooh, that's a lot. How hard is this going to be? Oh my god.
The first hint is not really a hint. The second
well, don't give me a hint. Yeah, let me
hint.
hear it first, and then.
No, you have to. I'm not going to play it because as soon as I play it, you're going to know what it is.
Oh,
so you have to guess it.
Oh, so you give.
I'm going to give you a hint,
for
and
me
then
to guess. Okay.
And then I'm going to play it.
Okay.
Okay. So.
This better be good hints, Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. Okay, so it's a live performance.
Okay.
Okay, that's the first hint.
What?
That's what I meant. The first hint is not really
of the million live performances. Okay.
It's a live version of a stripped version of a song. So it's a stripped live version. So it's not like the full version.
Still millions. Okay. Okay, great. So we got it on from billions to millions. Keep going.
The second hint is that it is one of my favorite stripped versions of a song. And I've told you that it was one of my favorites before.
Oh, fuck. Now I have to pretend that I listen to you when you talk. Okay, so... the Midnights.
I have the shot ready. Nope.
Yeah, I know. I always give shit about the Midnights. I know it's not plural, but I will always keep it plural because I know you hate it.
I hate you. Okay. No, you failed. So you have to take a shot.
You don't want me to take a shot, but I will. Okay. Like, this is my shot glass, by the way.
All right.
It's a little Chicago espresso shot.
Wow. The Starbucks rep over here.
Yeah, I know. Like, still sponsored.
Can we get them to sponsor this podcast?
What's the cut?
I don't care, honestly. If they give me free espresso for life, I'm gold.
Yeah, truth. Okay.
All right, take the shot. Go for it.
Take the shot, then you play it?
And then I play it.
Okay. God, I'm gonna have to pee. Okay.
There you go.
That's a pro, people.
All right, let's play. Are you ready?
It's gonna be obvious.
I wish you could see his face when this happens.
Got a boy back home in Michigan that tastes like Jack.
And that concludes this week's podcast. We're gonna go. It was so good to talk to all of you. Can you turn this off?
No, we're gonna play. Go do your bathroom break.
Oh, I get a bathroom break?
Go, yeah.
Did I say that I had to pee?
Go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Always make the same mistakes, yeah. Always make the same mistakes, cause I'm bad at love. Ooh, but you can't blame me for trying. You know I'll be lying, saying you're the one. Ooh, that could finally fix me. Looking at my history, I had a girl with California eyes, and I thought that she could really be the one this time. Never got the chance to make her mine because she fell in love with little thin white lines. London girl with an attitude. We never told no one, but we look so cute. Both got way better things to do, but I always think about it when I'm riding through. I believe that I'm in too deep. But jealousy get the best of me. Look, I don't mean to frustrate, but I always make the same mistakes, yeah. Always make the same mistakes, cause I'm bad at love. Ooh, but you can't blame me for trying. You know I'd be lying, saying you're the one. Ooh, that could finally fix me. Looking at my history, I'm bad.
Is it over? Oh, it's still going. I might take another shot.
Okay, you cannot say that she cannot sing.
Tell me she's a singer. Oh,
okay. It's not like Tori Kelly, right? It's not like Shoshana Bean, but she can sing.
The thing. So here's the thing. So like,
okay, that was Halsey's "Bad at Love," and that was a stripped version for everybody who's listening. But
yeah, for anyone that's like try to write to Spotify to block that from coming on there. Yeah. No. So here's the thing, and this is where I'm like a little biased. So okay. Kelly Clarkson just had Selena Gomez on her show.
Do not compare Halsey to Kelly Clarkson.
Hold on. Wait. Oh. If you think I would ever, they're not close. They're not even in the same boat. Okay. Noah left her ass to drown. Kelly Clarkson had Selena Gomez on and made a comment to her about how people are expecting her to be like a Whitney Houston. When singers can have different motives, I guess, and almost like not everyone's going to be a Whitney Houston, but you can still write and I guess create artistry that helps people I don't know who paid Kelly Clarkson to say that because Selena Gomez can't sing at all. So it was clearly her payola. But, I mean, that's the thing. So I'm very into natural artists that like can just sing, can strip down. I have listened to Halsey. I think it's her tone. Her tone's kind of whiny. Yeah, I just
what
don't.
What if she's listening right now?
If she's listening right now, I think you're whiny and I don't listen to your music. But I've got a lot of friends. So like my friend Trey, he loves her.
I love her.
So my friend Trey loves her. No, like everyone loves her. I'm not on the train. I missed the train. Train left the station and I was at Wetzel's Pretzels.
The train left the station.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
well,
so did her vocals.
All right. So I want to go into talking about Ariana Grande a little bit.
Okay.
But before we do, I still have a shot of tequila here that is waiting for me. So you have.
I'll
to
do it
come
with
up,
you.
You have to. I want you to come up with a drinking game for me. So I want you to come up with something.
Okay. I'm going to correctly order singers based on level of talent, objectively.
Okay.
And you have to also order them in that correct, objective order. You know?
Ooh, I like this. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it how many? 4 artists? 3 artists?
No, I think I'm gonna do 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to keep it non-biased. So like Shoshana Bean's not gonna be in there because obviously I'd be like Shoshana Bean's second. I'm like take the shot. But yeah, no, definitely like I'll try to keep it a little biased. So
okay.
Let's think about.
While you're thinking about that, really quick. So there is a performance by Ariana Grande, like a live performance where she recorded herself way back in 2012, like at the beginning of her career.
Okay.
That I really want to play for all of you. I think that so she performs a song by one of my favorite artists. I'm not gonna say the name yet. Hold up.
Oh, who's that?
I'm just gonna play it, and you'll know.
She's full of secrets tonight.
You'll know. She's got to stay mysterious, you know.
Yeah.
Got to keep that mystique up. But no, you'll know it when you hear it. It's iconic. But
okay.
I think it really showcases like if you're a rising artist, if you're someone that's starting out, like there's this sort of like imposter syndrome that happens where like you have talent and you're good and you work hard and you create good music content, but you worry that like you don't deserve it. You know, like you're not actually an artist. Okay?
And then we will resume this conversation.
Okay. But anyway, this is showcasing Ariana Grande at the beginning of her career covering another artist.
Okay.
So here we go.
Oh. I know this artist. I love this artist.
Okay, so that is Ariana Grande performing Hide and Seek by Imogen Heap in 2012.
I think we all know that song.
Yeah,
even
that's
if
why
we
I didn't
can't
say it.
identify that song, like I think we all know that song.
It is one of the most iconic songs. of our generation, Imogen Heap is one of the most iconic behind the scenes artists of our generation because she's just moved like musically pop music forward. Like Ariana Grande, she talks about how Imogen Heap is a huge influence for her and like a huge inspiration. She is like way ahead of the curve. You listen to her music way back from like 2002. Yeah. It sounds like it was made in 2010. That's how far away she was, like ahead of the curve. So I love this performance of Ariana Grande because like if you can go on YouTube like later and look at this, like I'm gonna try and put it in the feed, but if I can't figure it out, like it's just Ariana Grande hide and seek true stereo. Yeah. She has got like this little like tiny like shitty camera, black and white. She's got all of this like vocal effect shit on her voice. Yeah. You can barely hear her voice because she's just so like insecure about like her voice. Like she's not like she's trying so hard to imitate what Imogen Heap does in her song.
Well, I think that comes with the effects as well. Like I mean, with that effect, there's no working around.
No, but like
that's the intended purpose, you know?
Right.
And I think that's great.
Right. No, it's great. It's really great. But she's trying to be Imogen Heap because that's her huge inspiration as she's developing as an artist. And you can see the progression from the beginning, right? Where like let's say if you're a rising artist today and you posted like something like this on like YouTube or Instagram right now, like the amount of trolls and like hate that would come for you, or like the level of like insecurity around like, oh, I like just have all of these like, the recording was shit, like it wasn't good quality, like the video quality wasn't good, the audio quality wasn't good, there were all these effects on my voice, I used autotune, blah, 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 all of these like demons inside your head just coming for you that are reinforced in the comments section. Like, I want to point this out because it's just like, you need to ignore that sort of stuff. Because like when you're first coming up as an artist, like, you start with like imitating the people that inspire you and you love, and you're not going to start off being perfect. You're not going to start off being Ariana Grande, Billie Eilish, Lizzo, Celine Dion, Shoshana Bean. You're not going to start off that way. There's a journey, and you just have to like keep moving forward. And
I do agree with that, but I also would say that what comes with artistry is the fact that you're able to make a song your own. Yeah. So if you are able to make a song your own, like that is kind of a poor example because like obviously you're not going to sing that song without that vocal effect because that vocal effect is what makes that song kind of iconic. Like it's very much like that.
You don't think you could do a song of that?
You can for sure cover that song without it, but like that, yeah, like I mean that song is known for that vocal effect. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, she does Good Night and Go later on off of Sweetener. Yeah. She covers a lot of people don't know that Good Night and Go off of Sweetener is actually a cover of Good Night and Go by Imogen Heap.
Yeah.
And I love her cover of Good Night and Go. That's a perfect example of where she took that song and made it her own.
Which I love that like later on in her, not later on, but like you know what I mean, like a couple
it was later on. It was later on.
Yeah, like she's still like holding true
Sweetener
to
was
this.
2018.
Mm-hmm.
So this was 2012, right? So it took her 4 years.
So like her keeping this consistent just influence, you know? Yeah. And yeah, I didn't want to call her that. That consistent influence, like that's great. Like a lot of artists have that, you know? And I feel like they kind of get lost in their... I feel like it is almost like maybe a team thing where like the team is like, okay, well now you're your own artist.
Right.
But Ariana Grande has been very, I don't know.
I mean, it took her 6 years to go from this, which is it's very much she's covering a song by an artist. She hasn't made it her own, until she can release an album where she feels confident to put out a song, Good Night and Go, that is her own, where she can like make it her own, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, it takes a while sometimes before you get to that point, but you just got to stick with it. That's all I wanted to say. Did you come up with my drinking game? Yeah or no?
Artist wise, no. I can pretty quickly come up with it, just because I don't know. I'm very interested to see how you propose this, because we had an argument that was actually regarding our little girl Ariana.
Oh boy!
Based on something that was said on another podcast. And...
Okay, let me paraphrase for the people. So I had this opinion. I don't know if it's true or not. This is my opinion.
Bottoms up to it not being true.
That in Thank You Next, Ariana Grande sort of dialed back her lyrics from like Break Free or something like that, where she's not doing as many like high runs because she's performing live so much and she doesn't want to damage her vocal cords. Like, as we know, that's something that happens a lot to artists. It happened to Adele, happened to Mariah Carey. I even think it happened to like Chris Martin of Coldplay. Like, it happens to a lot of people. Because they just perform so much and it kills your voice. So
here's the thing, pause really quick. That comes from more than just performing too much. That also comes from performing incorrectly.
Yes.
So if you're not properly trained, then you struggle, you know? Well, and my bartender is actually preparing me a shot.
Oh my God. I wish he was bringing me some drink.
Yeah.
But yes, no, you're absolutely right. It comes from singing incorrectly too, but when you're an artist and you're performing these songs like every weekend, like 3 times a week, whatever, the human body is not meant to do these sort of things. So it takes a strain on that. So my opinion was that in Thank You Next, she purposefully dialed back her lyrics, like in terms of the crazy lyrical runs and everything. But you think that I'm
so
batshit crazy or something.
I don't think I know. Okay. So number one, lyrical runs is number one. It could be phrased better. So lyrical run is not a run is usually, it's on lyrics, but it's not related to lyrics. Okay. You know what I mean?
All right.
So you could run the hell out of the word of, and you could run the hell out of.
Well, Tori Kelly did a run, like so many runs.
Yeah, exactly.
In the live Instagram.
That was on, exactly, yeah. But here's where I think, so there were definitely some like Thank You Next was definitely not a vocally challenging song, although some aspects of it were, so like background vocals and stuff, which Ariana Grande is very vocal about, like the fact that she's in the studio doing those. If you listen to K Thinks Bye, which is like, I wouldn't say album of the year, but it's a contender. Her release of the live versions from her tour, which consisted of Thank You Next and Sweetener Tour, every song she is singing her face off. And so it's not like she... she didn't take a step back.
If you look at the thing, it's not okay. I want to make sure that this is clear. Like,
before you got,
I don't think that she took a step back because she is not capable or talented. She took a step back because she wants to make her career last a long time. And so she purposefully is like, okay, I have all of these songs that showcase my vocal ability from my past albums, but this album, I just want to tone it down a little bit because I don't have to prove myself. Like, everybody knows that I can do it and I can still perform my past songs if I want to show my talent a little bit. But like, even just like looking at Thank You Next, like the most vocally like intense songs is the best word I could like come off the top of my head would probably be like In My Head or like Imagine. Like most of the songs, she doesn't really go very high. She does the whistle tone in I forgot what song she does the whistle tone in right now, but it's not Thank You Next.
So
is
I
it?
think that
no, it's Imagine. Imagine she does the whistle tone.
Yeah. So number one, I don't think she ever had the intention of touring one album by itself. You know, so. The fact that because they were released very close to each other, she knew she would be performing both together, as well as performing all of her like greatest hits.
So you think it's like an A and B sort of thing?
Yeah, oh for sure. It's like very much people are like when albums are released, it's like there's side A, there's side B, you know, like of albums. So like there's the secondary tracks, and there's the tracks that like stand out.
Yeah.
I think that was she was aware. Obviously, she was aware. She recorded all of these things, but I think I don't know. I disagree with that for the fact that this tour was not just that album.
Yeah.
There was the other album as well, which was
so
a lot of vocal feats, as well as I saw the show. I've seen that tour 4 times in total.
The Sweetener tour.
Yeah. So like how she like kind of morphed them. So I saw her at Coachella twice, and then I saw her in Vegas and in LA. She sings Dangerous Woman, she sings Tattooed Heart, she sings these ballads that are vocally challenging. Why would you sing those if you're trying to scale back? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think she came with the heat.
The Sweetener was the vocal craziness, and the Thank You Next.
Yeah, Thank You Next was just kind of like a genre shift.
Right.
Yeah, she's been consistently giving us vocals since she came out. The only thing that has like not improved, like her vocals have improved definitely, but like that hair is finally becoming healthy. She can start to not keep it in that ponytail, and we're excited to see it. You know, personal growth. But also, I work in events, so her apartment in New York City is right next to a very large event space in New York, in Chelsea. Mm-hmm. And so, obviously, I'm a fan. I watch her Insta stories. And I was doing my event, one of the events in New York, and I'm not going to say it, so she's going to
no.
Yeah. But I'm like watching, I had like recorded something because there's an Italian restaurant like right next to it. And I had recorded like the shot of the street. And she posted a story, which was like a couple stories up from like what my shot of the street was. And I was like, are you fucking kidding? Like,
she's watching your story.
And the rest of that story was her at home. And I was like, does she live right here? And so I like ran to my boss, who was the VP of my company, who was also a huge Ariana fan. And I'm like, look at this. And she's like, I'm busy. And I'm like, no, look at this. And we're like, holy shit, she's here. Obviously, it's like doormen, so it can be like, what's up, girl? Like, but I was like, she is 1,000 feet from me right now. Like, we're looking at the same lights. Like, but yeah,
really cool.
She's a vocalist. She's not the vocalist. And that's on what?
I have nothing to say. I mean,
period.
Period.
No, she's great. I sent over, like, I'm a big Jessie J fan. I love Jasmine Sullivan, Fantasia. Like, these are all like vocalists of our generation, and like Ariana is great, but like I don't know. In my eye, she doesn't have the. She's great.
Do you think that it only has to be vocals to make an artist, or it's the whole package?
No, it can be more than that because people have proven it's more than that. Selena Gomez, Halsey, all of these people have proven that it's more than just vocals, and that's fine, and that is absolutely fine. Right. But some people like to like. I can't go to circuit parties. Number one, because I don't have a 6-pack, but but also because that music fucking sucks. Yeah. And some people find that music like great.
No, the music party at circuit parties is not.
Yeah,
iconic.
And to me that's delusion. But some people see that, and some people see Selena Gomez as talent. And here's the thing: there's a great team behind her, and she releases some good songs. Believe me, she's one of the top artists for a reason. I don't think anyone other than possibly her fans who are, I'll say, delusional, and will make excuses on every at every chance. She's not a vocalist. She's an artist. She's not a vocalist.
Right.
If we're gonna juxtapose vocalists, she's not even. No, it's like Joe versus Pro.
Right.
Like she's very swap meet, and they're very like Neiman Marcus.
I get what you. I get what you mean.
Am I good? Have I made it clear? Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
I get what you mean. Okay. I want to play a song that you sent me by Mathew V. It's so Mathew V. You showed me Mathew V. I'm really glad that you did because I really like him. He just released a new single called "Missing Me." And he released a new music video as well. Yeah. And honestly, he is an amazing. I think he has amazing vocals. So
without a doubt. So I love Mathew V. He's my Canadian prince. He lives in Canada. His fan base, he calls them the Rats. They're all rats. Yeah,
I've seen that on his Instagram.
He's very connected. Yeah, he posts like rat memes, like literal photos of rats. It's so funny. But he's a vocalist, and once again, this is an example of how I sent Andy a link to the acoustic version that someone like recorded at his concert. To me, that I don't know. It's more stripped down. I connect to it more. Yeah. And if you listen to the song itself is a little more upbeat, and this stripped version is really, it's really something. He's a vocalist for sure.
I want to play it because I really like.
I'm gonna take the shot as you go. To Mathew V.
To Mathew V.
Woke up wondering why you left that night in October, still broken July. Thought and heartache until that night. Oh no, I miss your hands, miss your car, miss your street. I miss your couch, miss your mouth. Are you missing me? Miss your breath on my neck like a breeze. I even miss all our fights. Are you missing me? Oh, are you missing me? Are you missing me? Oh.
Can't plug his mic back, so.
Held you next to me, forgot you're gone. I still see the glimmer, that hope in your eyes. I thought of your heartache until that night. Oh, I miss your hands, miss your car, miss your street. I miss your couch, miss your mouth. Are you missing me? Miss your breath on my neck like a breeze. I even miss all our fights. Are you missing me? Oh, are you missing me? Are you missing me? Oh. Cause I miss you in the middle of the street where we always used to stop and meet. I miss you like the middle of the meal that your mama used to cook for me. Ain't that it's true, but I still wish I knew. Are you missing me? No. I miss your hands, miss your car, miss your street. I miss your couch, miss your mouth. Are you missing me? Miss your breath on my neck like a breeze. I even miss all our fights. Are you missing me? Yeah. Oh no. Are you missing me? Miss your breath on my neck like a breeze. I even miss all our fights. Are you missing me? Are you missing me? Miss your breath on my neck like a breeze. I even miss all our fights. Are you missing me?
That was amazing.
Mathew V is phenomenal. So here's the thing. So I discovered him through like mutual friends. He was this Canadian artist. He'd already released an album. And the album was good. Like, it was like people release albums and it's like, it's good. But like, he released an album and it's like, it's good. Like, it was okay. Like, and I will say this till the day I die. I have many friends that are in music, and I love so many things of what they're putting out. Aaron and Cenas, Vincent, they're all phenomenal.
Right.
Mathew V is at a level of consistency with every single track. Not that the others are not, but it's like, I don't know. Like, his team and himself get it. They just get it. Everything is it. Like, I truly, when I met him, it was, I like raved about him. I don't know. It's weird because like, when I meet people through like connections, they're like, okay, well, yeah, like your opinion means a lot, like blah blah blah, because like, oh, well, you value this person, blah blah blah. Right. But like, we've hung out like in Beverly Hills, like just like walking like Rodeo, blah blah blah. Like, he is an amazing person, an amazing artist, and an amazing vocalist. Like, his vocals are insane, but also artist wise, like production. The production value, the lyrics, everything. It's so good.
Yeah.
And I'm obsessed.
It stands out. And the music video, so Missing Me is a track Mathew V did with Joycelyn Alice. Mm. And you have to go watch the music video.
And she's great as well.
She's great. Like, really good. You have to go watch the music video because I love the music video that they did. They do this like really cool effect where they do like it's like it's from Matthew's perspective and Jocelyn's perspective at the same time. It's like a split screen thing, and it's like these two couples that they're going through their life together and they're like missing being a couple together. And like one is red and one is blue, and it's just like, it's a really, really cool music video. It's really well done. So you got to go check it out. Missing Me by Mathew V.
And Mathew V's whole discography is literally like, I Bible survey this, and I'm very, as you've seen through this podcast, blunt. He literally just kills it. Like, he
covers a Mariah Carey song.
Oh my God, that's one of my favorites. Always Be My Baby is so good.
His performance,
it's his own.
His cover of Always Be My Baby is exactly what you were saying earlier, where that's an example of an artist making it their own. And I think it's super iconic because he is like the biggest male version of that song. Yeah. Right?
It's his most streamed song.
Yeah. It's iconic. If you listen to
you'll get why. Yeah, if you listen to it, you'll be like,
Mathew V's cover of Always Be My Baby, you'll be like, oh my God, I've heard this before. Yeah. Because it's that iconic. So
it's so good. Like, and that's the thing. Like, so I don't get starstruck, especially like with friends, obviously. But like when it comes to like friends, like when I was with Mathew, like, the hype is necessary. Like, I was hyping over the whole, like, I don't know. Like, they're my friend, but they're also like, I need to let you know that, like, if you're doing it right, you're doing it right.
No, you're doing it right. Like, you got to get the props. Like,
and other people that are doing that. Vincent is killing it.
No, he is. Honestly,
Vincent has had consistent releases that are thought out and thorough, and it is great.
Okay, like, he just released his first EP, and it's honestly already iconic. Vincent's first EP is already iconic. His first performance at the Troubadour, I wish I was there, but I saw videos because like it feels like every single person was there in the world, and I watched it remotely, and it was iconic. And even like the live Instagram live performances he's been doing, he did like he did a cover of like Stop This Train by John Mayer. That was amazing. Vincent is going to he's going to stand out, definitely.
That's the thing. I've and we're not name dropping, but like I guess we are.
We're just talking about artists that we love.
We're talking about friends, blah blah blah. It's like I've known Vincent for a couple of years, like when he was performing at W Hollywood, and like he's really, I don't want to say come so far because he's always been sick. Like he's always been a singer. Right. But like he's really like found himself. And in his releases, like there's not a release that has been released that is not out of this world. Like, it's stellar. Like, oh my God. Like, I have all of those saved to playlists. Like, he's so good.
I was looking at Whitney Houston's debut EP, and it reminded me of a lot of that. I know that's saying a lot, but like when I go back and I was looking at that album the other day, and I was looking at the songs because like Whitney Houston's debut had like a bunch of hits on it.
Yeah,
it was her first EP, and like Vincent's "Please Don't Fall in Love" and "Save."
Oh, one of my literally
like,
my favorite songs.
Those are
Please Don't Fall in Love
hits,
bitch. No, it hits.
Both, like honestly, like
they all hit, but
but those two hit you hard, and it's like I remember when I first listened to Lizzo's "Coconut Oil," her EP. And when I first showed it, one of my friends showed it to me. This was like a year or two before she like broke out. And I was like, she is going to explode. And he's like, I know, like she's amazing. Like she's whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get the same feeling from this EP. So.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, that's the thing. So like, believe me, I have friends, like, here's the thing. I'm an extrovert. I'm also very, very honest. My friends are very aware of the fact that I will.
Yeah,
she'll tell you the truth.
Blunt
because
as a hammer.
I don't think participation ribbons get you somewhere. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, and it's fine. I think support gets you places.
Yeah.
But I think there needs to be a level of like realism.
Well, because this is the thing. A lot of times, what happens is there is kindness, like there's like moral virtue disguised as like kindness.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like, what do you think of this? Oh, you were great. And it was actually shit.
Killed it.
Right?
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, I just want to be nice, right? Because that's the like the good thing to do. I'm a good person if I do that. It's like,
so I don't do that. I'm not a good person. I don't do that. Yeah.
No, it's like you are not a good person. You're a good person in the short term, but in the long term, you're causing more damage because you're making them think that they're like really amazing or there's something that they're not, where it's like if you just like had the courage to give them real honest feedback in like a kind and loving way, then you would help them a lot more than versus just saying like, oh yeah, you were amazing, like you were great, like whatever.
Yeah. Like I think if you were to Family Feud all of my friends, I think what they would 100% agree with is that I teach through tough love. I'm not going to sugarcoat.
I can speak from personal experience there, folks.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it because what does that do you? You know, like it doesn't it doesn't benefit you.
Right.
If I can give you constructive, that is the differentiation.
It has to be constructive.
You can shit on someone and okay, great. They'll get discouraged. But if you can provide like, just like constructive criticism, then they'll be able to grow. And even if it's not growing based on what your constructive criticism was, what you provided was constructive. You're not shitting on them.
Right. It takes a certain level of like balance and wisdom to like say, okay, there is this potential here that you have and I believe in you and I know that you can like make it work if you keep at it. But these are the like things that you need to work on, and these are the things that I know you can do better. And a lot of the times I feel like people end at like either one of the opposite ends of that spectrum. Either they're like too supportive or like, oh, everything's amazing, everything's sunshine and rainbows, you can never do anything wrong, here's your participation ribbon.
Sucks. Apply to Starbucks.
Right. Yeah. Like, and then there's the other end of the spectrum, like everything sucks, you're shit, you'll never amount to anything, like go fucking stop, quit your dream, whatever. And so there's like a balance between those things. So I think you're right. Like, so honestly, like I think that this has been amazing, and I have to pee again, and so I think
take a break. I'm gonna talk to them because I haven't taken my shot.
You haven't taken your shot yet? Okay.
I did, but I've got another one. My bartender's keeping me ready. Shot, please.
Okay.
It's empty. No, I didn't. I drank it. They have me on candid camera, and I drank it. Go to the bathroom. I'm gonna lead it because this is the Dominic Lou show. Thank you. Welcome. Go to the bathroom. Good.
Okay.
Andy, we'll miss you.
I don't know. I've never done the show without just me before. Should we do this?
And here we go. You're doing the show with you as a guest.
All right. Here we go. Okay.
She's really nervous.
I'm actually nervous.
I've got it.
I cannot condone anything that happens for the next 5 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah, okay. I just got my shot too. So here we go.
Okay.
Hurry up. I can't do this for too long. So now it's the Dominic Lou show. No, but I'm a friend. I'm a supportive friend. I am so excited that he is doing this, and he is an extrovert. And if I were to know one, it's me. But he has a passion for like listening to people and I guess exploring what has caused you to like think in this way and stuff. And he's very analytical. And I think when he talked to me about like starting the show, it just made sense. He cares. He listens, and he wants to know more. Like he's eager to know more. And I think, and I've listened to all of these, obviously I'm a friend, I have to, even if I don't want to, some of them. But he cares about each person he has on the show, and he wants to nurture and like foster that, and really just understand the like viewpoint of your take on that and what your approach was to that and whatever, because there's things to learn from all of these things. And I think it's admirable. I think my opinion's worth more than anyone that else has been on the show. And that's on taste, but what about it? But yeah, I'm glad you guys are here listening to this podcast and the show. And I'm glad that I can say that I have a fan base, even if you're here for him or if he's tagging you off his LinkedIn. But we'll pretend it's me. And he's back now. And
okay, what have you guys been talking about?
That's on period. Thank you, ladies. We were just talking about like your taste in music. No, you'll listen back. I know you edit this before you post it, so maybe a sis will tear up.
No,
maybe
it's completely live and raw, and
maybe I'll get blocked.
It's fine. It's whatever.
How was the restroom?
It was great. It was a fun experience.
Productive.
Yeah. Very productive.
Okay, great. So you haven't asked me about it. So I'm wearing a JoJo jersey. This is actually
for people that are listening.
I love her.
People that are listening, he's wearing a black sports jersey that says "Mad Love" on it, and
then hold on, I'm gonna just a little slut.
Oh my god!
It says JoJo. I don't know.
It says JoJo on the back shoulder.
On like the back of the jersey. It's just my entire asshole. I wore this. Okay, so here's the thing. I was thinking of like, oh, what can I wear? So like, I'm friends with musicians. I have their merch, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm scrolling. I'm going through my outfits. I have my shirts very meticulously folded.
As we do.
Yeah, as we do. Yeah, you know. And I saw this and I was like, oh shit, hell yeah. I literally bought this at her concert, which I blacked out at. Let's prep for the end of the show.
As we do.
As we do. And I have not worn it because she's been struggling with some weight issues, blah, blah, blah. And it's a jersey, so it's like mesh, like I can see you.
Right.
And
it's a cool jersey. It's a really cool jersey.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, this is perfect. And also, one of our other friends, Anthony, is a JoJo stan through and through, as he should be, as everyone should be. And so I was like, oh my God, homage, let's do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, taste, let's do it.
Let's do it. It's like
Halsey shirt, trash, let's do it.
I have to disagree with you there. I need a Halsey shirt. Now, you reminded me I need a Halsey shirt.
Just dig in your trash. You got like an empty like tortilla wrapper.
Halsey is gonna come for you.
Oh, I know. I'm gonna get like a cease and desist from her like PR team. Like, and that's on what period.
You better be careful.
I know. She's gonna show up at my house. Knock, knock. Hey, I'm like, oh my God, stop.
What have you even
Although, here's the thing. Favorite clip of her, and I think this is why I don't like her, is I think if you're a Halsey stan, you know this video. She's like singing in a mall, like outside of like Hot Topic or like Hollister, and it is, I swear, call it good. It's not good, baby girl. I think she's better than where she was, but it's not good. And it started there, and I think I can, without a doubt, say there's a bias. She could release a song, probably sound like Mariah Carey, even though impossible, she could never. And I could be like,
no one is comparing Halsey to Mariah Carey.
No, I know. I said, but
like no one is doing that.
But I'm saying, like, yeah, we love a vocalist, and she doesn't meet the qualifications.
Okay. I feel like people are sick of
listening
to us argue about Halsey. Like, but
is there a comment section in this?
I'll get the comments. Don't worry. But like, I'm worried. So, I want to talk about Abir. So,
not a beer that I'm about to take. Can I have Mike's hard?
Oh my God.
Because we're talking a beer, I want to like a beer. You know what I mean?
This bitch has bartenders at his place in his quarantine.
I have a bartender and a barback. He was too ugly to make bartender.
Oh my God! Get out!
Who am I talking about? I haven't specified.
Okay, well he gets his.
And that's on what? Period. Mike's hard. Sponsor this. No. Okay. So a beer.
I had never heard of a beer before. This is like 8 months ago, roughly. And so I meet Dom. We become friends. Whatever. Like, and he's like, Abir is one of my favorite artists. And he shows me a bunch of songs by Abir, and I fall in love because she's like iconic. So. How did you... Actually, one of her songs ended up on one of my playlists.
Oh. Which one?
So the Insert Music to Play playlist. It's... So I have like a few playlists out right now, but I don't want to talk about myself because that's...
No, let's talk about it because we've got more playlists coming, correct?
Yes, we do.
We do. But let's talk about it.
I don't like talking about myself, but like...
Okay, so I'll talk about myself. So I will be... curating a playlist or two,
right?
Because I have exceptional taste on Insert Music to Play. We will be collaborating, and I'll be bringing a different perspective, a fresher perspective, not fresher, but a fresher perspective.
So, Insert Music to Play was the first playlist I ever made. It's basically a list of about 27 tracks. They're all kind of like pop alternative tracks. We've got Soulmate by Lizzo, we've got Bang Bang by Ari and Jessie J, we've got Motivation by Normani, we've got Katy Perry, we've got Rihanna, we've got Haim, Kim Petras, Alicia Keys, Billie Eilish, Galantis. Like, we've got a bunch of things, and it's basically like a journey through. Like, I wanted to tell the story of modern love in like a bunch of like pop songs, and so it's about those up and downs and shit like that. So, one of the songs off of this track, I added
it's my girl.
Yeah. So, but I want Dom to make a playlist as well, and I want to collaborate with the playlist. So that's sort of what he was talking about. So.
Yeah. But a beer. So a beer. It's funny because
Finest Hour by Abir.
Yeah, so that is a Cash song, which I'm sure a lot of you will know because it was a top 40, top 10 song. Finest Hour featuring Abir by Cash was a hit.
Yeah.
So, I am the definition of stan, but there's a for sure bias. So I met Abir through my profession of events. I worked with an executive at Intel who previously worked at HP. HP had a campaign that sponsored studios in powering them. So HP powered music studios. And so that was their play in kind of combating Apple and how Apple is and still is kind of the behemoth within music production. So they reached out to Abir's manager, who I'm friends with, Frank Kendler of Blast Off Productions. We're going to give some shout outs here because they deserve it.
Mic drop.
Yeah, I know.
Name drop.
Name drop, but also shout out. Blast Off Productions. And she approached their studio about a partnership. And Frank, of course, being the business person that he is, as you always should, had people lined up to perform to really showcase like what he was doing within the studio. Abir stepped into the studio and blew my client's mind. My future client's mind. I was a sperm. No, not that old, but...
weren't we all sperm?
Yeah, yeah. But Abir was working with Frank, and she was working on Finding Herself at the time, but the vocals are on point. She's like a mix of like a Dua Lipa with Alessia Cara with someone that's a little more of a belty mix. And she really leans into her Moroccan heritage. So Abir is from Morocco. She grew up in West Virginia or Virginia. One of them. Is there two? There's two. Cheers. And she has really leaned in. So as long as I've known her, she's lived in New York. I lived in LA, and we would hire her for events because that client who worked at Intel as opposed to HP now would hire her knowing that she was quality and could provide either a theme song to a conference or provide jazzy covers of pop songs.
Right.
So there was an event that was in Brooklyn at the Navy Yard, and I had Italian catered. So through that Italian catering,
good choice, Italian.
I know we love Italian. Believe me, I was a coordinator at this role, so a lot of it was she was really trying to reach a span of an audience.
I'm Italian, so whenever Italian
we
food is on the table,
yeah, and mangia,
mangia,
exactly. And for some reason, I ordered cannolis for the team, but they came as mini cannolis.
No, we can't.
Which I really wasn't complaining about though. So Abir and I was a coordinator. We were talking, but it was she's it was very much. I mean, how it usually goes. You're kind of the help. I was very much the help. We ate 100 mini cannolis between the two of us.
Hey, and cannolis will get you. You got to be careful.
They got us. They got us. Look, they got us. No, she's snatched. But our friendship kind of spawned from that experience. So then I hired her. I was managing an event in New York for Intel's first internal conference, and my client was hire Abir to do the entertainment. So it's this really stripped down version, and she's kind of nervous because this is her first, it's a big deal. And so I'm sitting with her in the green room, and we're just talking. I'm her age, we're the same age, and we're just connecting, and I guess that's where our friendship really was concrete.
Mm-hmm.
And I have stood by her.
So
go ahead.
No, so I was gonna say Mint, one of my favorite songs off of Mint, besides the acoustic version of Finest Hour.
Finest Hour, which is a hit.
Is Tango.
Oh, I love Tango, yes.
I love
every song. But yeah, Mint was phenomenal. So in being her friend and also being I've never let go of I am her friend, but I'm also her stan. I stan her as hard as I stan JoJo, as hard as I stan Tori Kelly, and like Finest Hour, the amount of times I've heard that, my Spotify, when it gives me year-end reviews, is like, girl, really? Like, figure it out.
You need to support your friends more than anybody.
That, and also the song doesn't get old because there is that personal connection. Like I mentioned with Nikki earlier, like certain songs just have like almost like it's like bulletproof of like this, like getting old. Like it doesn't get old. It's got the connection. And with her, all of her songs have that, but that album, so luckily I was working in events, and so I would hire her for events, and her tour, she went on tour with Kiara, who sings like Gold. I don't know if she's released anything recently, but she had some hits, and so Abir was opening for her, and she was right around the time of my birthday, was in Phoenix, Oakland, LA, or not Oakland, one of the cities south of LA that
south
you
of
don't
LA,
want to
San
be
Diego?
in. Nope.
Orange County?
Nope.
I don't know.
Not Oakland.
Doesn't matter.
But yeah, okay. And so I went to so basically I met her in Phoenix. I went to her show. We then road tripped to the next locations, and it was phenomenal.
Right.
And I was there and I was supporting my friend, and my friend was thriving, and it was so exciting on so many aspects of things. And vocally it was there, production wise it was there. It was just there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bias even aside, whether I can say that or not, it was there.
Yeah.
And I have recordings that I posted. Yeah. People thought
you're
that,
real. You're real.
Yeah,
so
I had taken time off to go on this journey that people thought that I'd become her manager. I had people messaging me going, "Are you doing talent management now?" And I'm like, "No."
Honestly, I'm not so sure you're not representing her right now as her manager.
Honestly, I almost wore her shirt. I decided to wear JoJo. But yeah, I don't know. She's killing it. And she that's the thing. I'll text her, she'll post a video or a clip or whatever, playing on her social, and it'll be sick. And I'll text her. And I'll comment, and a fun game we used to play is I'm very witty, and I'll post edgy and very funny comments. So she would post comments, or she would post photos and things like that, and I would post super funny comments. And that kind of just, I think that concreted our relationship was yeah, I don't know, but that's Boo. There's Shoshana Bean, who honestly no one can touch.
Right.
Jesus could reincarnate tomorrow, and I'd be kiss her feet, kiss her feet.
I don't know. Jesus can turn water into wine. Are you sure about that?
She's drinking beer. But yeah, Shoshana Bean is my number one.
Yeah.
Beer is my number one, and she is one of my good friends. I was on, so I said, I was on tour. I went on tour with her while she was on Kiara's tour, and also while she was on Jess Glynn's tour. And she brought me out in West Hollywood to Employees Only. And so there's a lyric in
West Hollywood.
I know, I do as well. But there's a lyric within Finest Hour, and it's Mezcal. Mezcal tequila is her and I's shit. Yeah. It is our shit. Mezcal tequila. A lot of people, they're mezcal, blah, 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 or if it's not as smoky. I thrive, and she thrives on if that mezcal is smoky. I want to lick the inside of, a barbecue pit. You know what I mean? I want it to be smoke.
Whoa.
Smoke City. So, we went out, I think it was my 24th birthday. It was my 24th birthday. And we went to Employees Only. And it was a Tuesday. It was yeah, you know when your birthday lands on that shit day, and you're fuck this. But I had been on tour with her. And so I showered. We were staying at the same Airbnb in LA. And I showered. And when I got out of the shower, she's like, "Are you ready?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? For bed?" Because she also Laneige sponsors her and shit. And so she gave me all this Laneige shit. So I'm like, "Oh, am I ready to face mask and let's spot out a total faggot?"
Yeah.
No. She's like, no, put clothes on. We're going out. So she had found Employees Only because it was the closest 2-hour Airbnb.
Right.
And we're there. We're like drinking. It's fine. It's fun. And I go to the bathroom and I come back and there's shots of mezcal for the entire bar.
Oh, damn.
And we all do the shot of mezcal, which I didn't know was mezcal at first, but it was great. But like when you don't know it's mezcal, it really hits ya.
Right.
And so we start there and we tour West Hollywood because she had never been. And
you showed Abir West Hollywood?
Yeah, in every bar that we went to. I hope you know damn well that I walked up to them and go, "Hi, do you know Finest Hour by Cash Cash? Can you play it?"
Did they play it?
A majority of them did. And so I have videos of us drunk as fuck, which are a lot of our videos. So like I hired her for one event in San Francisco and I bought those mini like Patron shots. And so like she was on stage performing and as soon as she walked off, I have a video of her like walking off and I hand her the Patron shot and she just slams it back. She's a ride or die. But
She's a really good artist. Like,
out of this world. In the videos in LA, there's like, you can see the progression of us getting drunk. And there's one where we're at the Abbey, which is like usually your ending point. And we are singing along to a song and both of us are trained. We are not tone deaf and we are nowhere near pitch. Like we're so drunk that we're singing along to this song.
How on pitch can you be in that environment?
In that environment, apparently none, because bitch, we are off. She even catches herself singing to my camera because I'm like, ah, and she's like, no. Like you see her like, wait, hold on. But yeah, Abir is one of my very close friends, and she is, I think she's great, and I love that. And like I mentioned with Tori Kelly, like she leans into what she believes in. Tori Kelly commercially would probably be more successful if she didn't lean into her Christian beliefs. Right. But she does. She released an album that was a gospel album.
That's cool.
That's what she loves. That's what she believes in. And do that. You have your platform. You do with.
You have to be your most authentic self. And you have to get good at communicating your most authentic self to the people around you.
Yeah. And Abir, I think Abir has done that. So like Young and Rude, which I sent you the video for Young and Rude. There's backing track to that is very like Moroccan inspired. And I mean, in certain climates, claiming that you're even Middle Eastern is hurtful to your career. You know what I mean? Like that will limit yourself. But she is just so like, and as you should be, like, don't be discouraged by who and what you are. Like you are you. And and it's, this is Young and Rude. And so Young and Rude, she filmed at a very famous location in Palmdale, California. And I drove like 2 hours, like right after work, and I was so excited. And it was just so cool. Like seeing the behind the scenes. It was my first behind the scenes, but also just like really being there for her. So like, I mean, when you're at that level, I'm sure it helps. I didn't get a confirmation from her, but she invited me, and I'm sure that was as a part of like a support being there, and being there was super cool to experience. And also the set that they use is utilized in a lot of different videos, and I don't know, it was really cool. Like there were times that like there are some of her outfits are like insane, and she was walking in dirt and like her heels were like crazy, and like they would like piggyback her from like the video set to like the actual wooden floor so that her heels wouldn't like sink into this desert dirt. But yeah, Young and Rude, such a sick video. All of her.
Okay, I'm gonna play.
Very
Young,
biased.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna play Young and Rude. Here we go.
Woke up in an empty apartment. Another night I fell asleep in my shoes. It's getting old 'cause now I do it too often. I'm losing my focus, I'm losing my cool. I'm tired of making up the same excuses, trying to act like everything's okay. I'm sending text after text about the shit I regret, trying to clean up my mess, and my head's stopping, can't stop it. I'm falling down, here running after been breaking hearts, I've been breaking rules. Just a bad girl with an attitude. I've been hanging around, I've been running loose, but I can give it all for you.
Okay, I really like that music video. It's iconic.
So you hear that last intro though was very much oh, I got another shot. Do you have a shot ready?
Last one.
Yeah,
Let's
of
do the
course.
last one.
I'm responsible.
It's Saturday night, okay? Saturday night in
Don't
quarantine.
drive to your bedroom.
Don't drive to your bedroom from here.
I just have to pee, so an outro would be sexy. But
okay.
But you hear in Abir's music there is that Moroccan influence. That
yes.
Like it's so she's so true to herself. Yeah. And I love that because like really thinking about political climate of when she like was releasing music, like there was still that kind of almost bigotry, and I mean lean into it. Make them uncomfortable. If you don't like why cater to these people that are bigots, you know? Like why cater to this closed-mindedness? Like
you gotta own yourself and be confident with yourself and persuade people about who you are, and then they fall in love with you, and that's how trends are set.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
so Abir is that girl.
Abir is that girl. Let's take a shot. I'm ready. Are you ready? Let's end it with a shot.
End it? Oh, is this over?
I'm getting kind of tired.
Are you booted?
I'm getting kind of tired.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll pretend it's midnight.
The midnight?
We'll pretend it is for you. Okay,
right,
cheers.
Cheers out there, everyone in quarantine.
Yes.
All right. It wasn't a shot of mezcal, but...
Yeah, it wasn't. My roommate made it like a little bitch.
Well,
it's fine.
You're lucky to have...
He's holding a bag of cheese and taking a photo of my shot glass. So, honestly, what's going on here? I think it's time to go. Yeah.
You're lucky to have a roommate to be a bar back for you, so...
Yeah, no, I know. Who's been making your drink?
Me, bitch. I'm a self-sufficient bitch, okay? Yeah.
Me too.
Oh.
But I really enjoyed talking on this podcast and sharing my views and viewpoints, and I can tell you guys that I'll probably be back soon. Andy is one of my best friends, as well as I let him know that my opinion is important, and so if I can convince him to let me on another show, we'll see if I can get back on.
I feel like all
creeping my way on.
I feel like all of the normal rules for social discourse in the quarantine are completely broken because we're all like crazy and trying to figure out all of this shit.
Yeah.
But I had a really great time talking with you, and I'm super glad that you're one of my best friends and that I have you here to talk about music. So honestly, everybody out there that's listening, I hope you enjoyed and you have a great night and you stay sane in this quarantine. I think music is one of the most powerful forces of the human condition, and it will be able to get us through anything and everything that we face as a culture and a people and a race. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have social media really to follow because I'm super busy with work and stuff. But like, usually it's the bitch Dominic.
Do you have a Discord?
I do have a Discord, but for work because I work for a gaming company. I'm not going to give you my Discord.
I knew you deleted your Instagram and everything.
No, my Instagram is still activated because I had to for work the other day because I just searched something. But it is the bitch Dominic. No, actually, it's the sarcastic Dom.
The sarcastic
I had to
Dom.
change it because I was like applying to jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
But on Twitter, it is the bitch Dom. And my taste is exceptional, as I've proven. So hopefully your guys' taste will meet that and exceed that someday.
All right. And on that note,
I'll see you guys soon.
We'll see Dom soon. I know we will. But he is a great guy. He is super talented and one of the most intelligent people I've ever met. And he loves music and he is passionate about music and he feels the same way I do about music. So if you liked what you heard today, then please reach out to him. And I hope you guys have a great night and you stay safe and you
stay safe, stay healthy.
And stay healthy.
6 feet.
6 feet. Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.